Thank you for tuning in to Kosmic Ko Tarot. I am Kosmic Ko, aka Ko Tarot. And we will be doing the Leo reading for April 2019. Alright. Remember, these readings are for entertainment purposes only, as well as they are general. Everything will not apply to everyone. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Time is an illusion and energy is fluid. So, let's see what Spirit has for you today, Leo. The Leo Collective in regards to April 2019, Spirit. Leo Collective in regards to April 2019, Spirit. What do they need to know? What guidance do you have for our Leos today? All right. What's going on, Leo? What's popping? What's going on in your life? The Leo Collective in regards to April 2019, Spirit. Conditions of life with the greatest intentions are welcome here. Allow me to be a clear channel and deliver your messages with confidence and clarity. First up, we have the Ace of Swords. I think that's a good way to start a reading. That's too many cards. Well, the unknown card flew out. I guess I'm ending the reading. That's all we need to know. They don't want us to know none. I'm just playing. I am going to put it back, though, because I don't like the way it flipped out, as well as it flew out with some other cards. It's crazy, though, because I thought about that before I did this reading. I was like, watch, the unknown card going to pop out. I didn't think about whose reading it was going to be for, but that's really what I thought about. The Four of Wands. All right, Spirit, what information do you have? That's too many cards. What messages do you have for the Leo Collective in regards to April 2019, Spirit? We have the Eight of Swords, the Lovers, as well as the Eight of Cups. The Seven of Cups, the Empress, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, immediately I'm getting two different things. The first thing that I'm sensing is that some of you may have just ended a relationship. And I'm seeing this relationship kind of being with a karmic partner. I say that because we have the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Lover, the Four of Wands, the Lovers, the Four of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. But for some reason, I see this Ace of Wands is like cutting the strings on the Eight of Swords, and the Lovers, because you see they are bonded by like this red string of faith, if you know what that means. Fate, if you know what that means. But I kind of see that as like the Ace of Swords cutting those ties. So it's like I said, you may have just ended a relationship with a karmic partner, a karmic soulmate of some sorts. But also, some of you may be shifting your focus from being on love and relationships. It's like some of you were waiting on a person, a loved one, a relationship to come in or to come back around. And it's like now you're sick of waiting, you tired of the bullshit, so you done with it. You moving on. But first thing, going back to the karmic partner. Like I said, I feel like a lot of you may have just ended a relationship, just gone through a breakup. And it's like you either learned some truths about this person, yourself, or the relationship in general. And you saw that it was a lot of bullshit going on. Like it was an illusion, basically. Not necessarily that this person did anything. I'm seeing like this false fairy tale, this false sense of the relationship. This could have possibly been a commitment, an actual marriage. You might be going through a divorce or just gone through a divorce. I don't think it's that serious though. But almost like you have, this false fairy tale was created with this Four of Wands and this Seven of Cups. Like you might have thought that this was your forever person, thought that this was the person that you were going to marry. But really you felt stuck, you felt trapped. Like, I really feel like somebody, these two cards go together. Like somebody got some soul ties to someone, some kind of connection. Like I said, I feel like this is a karmic partner or karmic soulmate that you feel tied to, bound to. And it possibly was draining to you because it was confusing and causing so many conflicting emotions. It was hard to maintain, it's hard to balance with the Two of Pentacles being here. And it's like, okay, bro. It's time for us to let this shit go. Because I can't deal with this no more. We're moving on. The Eight of Cups. We're walking away from that. Leaving it in the past. Like I said, I feel like this Ace of Swords is what cut the strings to the Eight of Swords and the Lovers. Some truth, some clarity was gained about the situation. Some kind of, it might have been an epiphany. Some sort of spiritual revelation that came to you. That you finally was like, okay, I know what this is. Time to move on. I know how to handle this. Time to move on. You showed your true colors. Time to move on. So that could be one situation. Or it could kind of be both. But also, like, some of you may have been waiting on a relationship to come in that might have been your sole focus. You were so tied up. You felt lonely. You felt alone. Like left out. You were the last person. You were all by yourself. You felt like you longed for someone, for that partner, for a relationship. And it's like now you realize, okay, this is taking up too much of my energy. This is becoming draining. I'm not enjoying this at all. It's time for me to leave it alone. Like, I have to be okay with myself. I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of... Like, somebody was really, really waiting on a relationship to come in, on someone to come back. And it's like, okay, I realize that ain't gonna happen. It's time to move on. Spirit, I need some further clarification on the Empress. Why is she here, Spirit? We have the Queen of Swords. Further clarification on the Empress, please, Spirit. Make it plain for me. Make it clear. What is this? The Seven of Swords. Something flipped over and then it flipped back over and flipped back into that. Empress, please, Spirit. One more card to clarify the Empress. Make it plain for me. Make it clear what flipped over. Justice. Justice, justice, justice. We have the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and Justice. I kind of feel like the tables are turning. The main thing I'm getting is the swords in these cards. I feel like somebody has gained truth. Somebody has gained knowledge on themselves about their spirituality, their spiritual journey, the roles that people played in their lives. It's like clarity is coming to you right now. The month of April is about clarity, about the truth, about gaining knowledge. A lot of things are being revealed to you or have been revealed to you. Can you please clarify this Four of Wands, please? Please clarify the Four of Wands. The Ace of Cups. One more card to clarify the Four of Wands and the Five of Cups. That's crazy. Along with the Four of Swords and the Two of Swords. Somebody, yeah. I feel like this was a karmic partner of some sorts. Because somebody is very much confused, which goes back to this Two of Pentacles. It's like, bro, how can I be capable of so much love to this person, but I know that this is causing me so much confusion and hurt? I know that this is, it seems like it was meant for me, but clearly it can't possibly be, or else I would not feel the way that I feel. And it's hard to like come to that realization. It's hard to accept that. But you can't look at it as a loss. You have to acknowledge that love that you might have for that person. Acknowledge what it is that you shared, that you had. But accept them truths, learn them lessons, and move on. It's extremely hard to do. Trust me, I know. But it's like, if this was really mine, if this was really meant for me, I would not feel the way that I do. I would not feel so hurt, so confused, so lost, so abandoned. Like, no. Like, I really feel like somebody thought they had their one. Somebody shared strong spiritual soul connections to somebody. And it's like, bro, this ain't the one. Like, I was like confused on this. Everything that glitters isn't gold, the Seven of Cups. What I thought this was is not it. But just because you thought what you thought wasn't true does not mean that they didn't serve a purpose. Does not mean that there weren't lessons to learn. Does not mean that that was a loss. Acknowledge those feelings. Acknowledge that love, because you can love. You have to love beyond situations, beyond boundaries, beyond circumstances. But acknowledge that truth and use that sword to cut those ties. because what you feeling is not for the best. That's major confusion. Baby, I have been there. I understand. It ain't nothing nice, nothing to play with. Because it will have you all kinds of confused, like, lost, everything. We are going to pull some romance angel cards. Alright, Spirit, what messages do you have for the Leo collective? Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Like I said, I feel like some of you were waiting for someone to come back around. You were waiting for a relationship to happen in your life. But it's like, baby, what you really want is worth waiting for. What you really need or waiting on, what you really truly want to experience, true love, is worth waiting for. Don't rush it. Please don't rush it. Next up, we have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Like I said, soulmates are friends, family, best friend, romantic partners. But soulmates are here to teach you a lesson. Soulmates can be people that you are destined to be with for eternity, life partners, whatever you want to call it. But they are people here to teach you a lesson. Whoever you may have been dealing with, yes, that was a soulmate. They serve their purpose. You deserve love. You are lovable. That does not, whatever you experienced is not the end all be all. Like, however that person treated you, whatever the situation was, you deserve greater than that. But it served its purpose. There was a lesson to learn. Anything else, Spirit? We have retreat and new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings, and it's time to disconnect from the world. So you got somebody new coming in. Someone that is going to give you a greater experience. I don't want to necessarily say a greater because, like I said, everything serves its purpose. But something that is going to be more fulfilling to you. And then flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Like I said, I feel like you have to release this person, cut those ties to this karmic partner so that you can bring in new energy, new people into your life, because you do have someone new coming. But you had to learn that lesson first. You had to go through that experience first. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. I feel like this applies to the old and to the new. Because before we come to this earth, we have already signed contracts and made deals about certain things that we are going to experience in this life. Certain people that we are going to meet in this life. And I am going to pull one wisdom of the Oracle card. I looked at my shirt. Thank you. Next, thank you. Next, thank you. Next. But I feel like y'all should go listen to that song. Because she explains, kind of, sort of, all her past relationships and what they taught her. How she still loves, I still love you, but I'm moving on. Like, you taught me something and I needed that. I acknowledge that, but I'm moving on. Like, next. Okay. What final messages do you have for the Leo collective in regards to April 2019, Spirit? What final messages? Chaos and conflict and peace came out, as well as by the book. So I'm going to take all three of those. Normally I do 3 anyways. And I think I still got a little bit of time. Okay. We have 11, 33, and 23. First off, 11 by the book. Abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, universal laws. The universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in the universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them, rather than being a rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure, follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. Piece 23. Freedom from attachment. Radical acceptance. It doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and soul satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. When two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. They are as perfectly tuned instruments. They are as two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. Peace is yours and it's to be savored. Now's the time for calmness and well-being in spite of temporary conditions. Even if there are dissonant notes in the music of your life, all that means is that you must go within and fine-tune the extraordinary instrument that you are. Find harmony within yourself and don't look to the outer world to provide certainty. This too shall pass, and once again your life will be filled with beautiful music. Lastly, we have chaos and conflict. Disarray. Being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. Opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere. By considering the value of chaos that serves you well, as you become unmoored by it, scattered by the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need, and disperse seeds to reinvent yourselves anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control, yet every storm passes and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of the situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. So yeah, it might be confusing right now, but like I said, I feel like April is going to be a month of clarity for you, and peace is going to come. Be patient. Don't rush it. But that is all I have for you today, Leo. Thank you for tuning in to Kosmic Ko Tarot. Don't forget to check the description bar for information on how to book me for a personal reading, as well as follow me on Instagram at kosmicko.tarot. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. I feel the love. Let me know what else you want to see on my channel. I am working on some other things. Also, if you have not seen my last pick a card reading, go check that out. What else? I think that's it. It's all love, light beams.